morning, everybody. Mestre Sukuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Mestre Vibes, believe it or not, episode 99. If I had to think of a title today for this episode, it would be 26 years in Japan and on the road to episode 100. Where do I even begin? Besides saying, welcome to episode 99 of Mestre Vibes. What a blessing it is to be here with you guys. 99 episodes. It's something I don't take lightly. Like I said, this week, I'm celebrating something deeply personal. My 26th anniversary of living in Japan. I can't remember the exact date, but I know it was the first or the second Friday of July in 1999. I stepped off the plane and entered a whole new life, a whole new way of doing things for myself. I was young, curious, and filled with the hunger to share capoeira. I didn't speak much Japanese. I had no real plan, but I had a purpose. I started my first capoeira class on August 22nd in 1999 in Shite, near Kawasaki Station. It was two guys who ran a dance school, and they were really happy to have me there. And they really wanted me to do capoeira there. It was fun, but I realized that they wanted me to do more of a dance capoeira, which is what was really going on in the capoeira scene in Japan at the time, as it was mostly founded by break dancers. Then what I wanted to do, which was more cultural and more capoeira, or true to what I felt capoeira was. I remember going through Keiko Tomanabu magazine with a friend. It's a magazine that was printed monthly with all the different hobbies and schools. It was kind of like a magazine that, okay, if you're interested in yoga, this is where you can go. Like all the dance schools, all the fitness schools, all the hobby schools, the dojos and everything would advertise in there. And that's how people would be able to go through it and see what they wanted to try. It was an actual magazine in print. And it was a guide with all kinds of classes and hobbies and listings. We just started calling studios listed in there, asking if they wanted capoeira. I barely knew how to introduce myself, but somehow a couple said yes. A studio in Shibuya gave us a chance, and from there, things started moving. I want to say it was called Dance Garage, but it's been so long, I think they've changed the name a couple times, and Shibuya's changed a lot since I've been here, so I don't even know if the place is there. I wonder if I should go down there and check it out, see if it's still there. I also began training by myself in Yoyogi Park. That way I could let people see what I was doing. I remember doing backflips and going crazy and just training to maintain. It was a hot summer, that first summer. Back then, they used to close off the street in front of 109 building in Shibuya on Sundays. And that's where I held what I consider the first street roda in Japan, or at least in Tokyo, because I had never heard that there was other street rodas, because the way things work here is you really can't do street performance stuff. But I didn't know, so I did it. And fortunately, a lot of people came out and participated. It was raw, it was energetic, totally improvised. I was just still learning how to do, to lead a roda and to do it in Japan. People came from everywhere. A lot of Brazilians came from the Yokohama area, and it was just really fun getting together and playing capoeira. Some for the love of capoeira, others just for curiosity. And a few very strange characters also came. And it was just a mix of so many people. And it was amazing. But it was fun. It was alive. And when they stopped closing the street, I moved the roda to Yoyogi Park that space still holds energy for me. The park was amazing, beautiful. Somehow the scene of capoeira started getting a little strange for me. So I decided to focus on building something more long lasting. And that's when I really decided to, just focus on building my Capoeira Zoador group. In 2003, my wife and I opened Capoeira Zoador Academy here in Tokyo. I remember being open every day for the first 6 months because I thought that's what I had to do, and I was so passionate about being able to open an academia. I'll be honest, I was exhausted. We had a baby coming on the way, my little girl. But there I was, committed, feeling like, I have to put in this time and do this energy to grow. 22 years later, we're still here in the same place, still growing, still standing. And I'll never be able to thank my wife for all the support and love and everything she did, not only as a capoeirista, but also as a supportive and loving wife. I never lost faith in capoeira. I never strayed from the path. And because of that, I've had the blessing of being surrounded by amazing students, friends, musicians, and dancers. Our community grew. And today we're not just in Tokyo. We have Capoeira Zoador in Seoul, in Bangkok, and in Okinawa with Professor Apito, Contra Mestre Cobrinha and Instructor Cameleon in Bangkok, and Contra Mestra Dançarinha in Seoul, doing amazing projects and doing the best they can to make our group even more amazing and contributing in their own way to the Capoeira Zoador identity and to capoeira culture. To every instructor, every student, every supporter, thank you. Even those who've moved on, your presence still lives in my story. I carry the good you left behind. As I reflect on my journey, I see how much I've grown, not just as a teacher, but as a mestre, shaped by capoeira philosophy, by spirituality, by the challenge of being a mestre of capoeira. I've written about this in my newest book, Vivência, the lived wisdom of a capoeira mestre. And this is a whole new look at what I've grown and what I've done and how I see myself over the last 15 years since I became a mestre. And not just in the reflections of my life, but in the roda, in relationships, and in everything I do. When I look at where we are today, I feel technology has changed everything. From building hand-coded websites to now using AI tools to help me plan, edit, write, and share more than ever all the beauty, love, and passion of capoeira. And I can truly say I'm excited about the next 20 years. I feel more connected than ever to capoeira as my profession, as my art, as my spiritual path. Now, looking ahead, next week is episode 100, and I want to do something special. I want to invite all of you, my listeners, my friends, my students, people past and present, to ask me questions, anything about capoeira, about philosophy, about my life, about my journey. Send these questions through social media or by email through Instagram, Facebook, or even just tell me here when you come visit me. I'll gather them, organize them, and answer them with honesty and heart in episode 100. Let's say until Friday, if you can. If you're on Patreon, you can just send the email through Patreon and ask me your questions there. This is a huge milestone, people. Most podcasts don't make it this far. Let me share a few stats. About 44% of podcasts stop before episode 3. 73% never make it past episode 10. Only 10 to 20% of podcasts after that ever reach 100 episodes. And we made this happen. We made this happen with our community, with your support, with your love, with your dedication. Through all the challenges, I've kept going. Why? Because I love this. Because I believe in sharing what Capoeira has taught me. And speaking of milestones, on September 15th, after our 25th annual Capoeira Zoador Batizado, we'll be hosting the official launch party for my new book, Vivência, the lived wisdom of a Capoeira Mestre. Handbook to being a happy and successful Mestre or Mestra. This book is so close to my heart. It's a guide for walking. It's a guide for those who want to walk this path. Part reflection, part manual, part mirror. We'll celebrate it at Capoeira Zoador Academy right after the Batizado. And I invite you all to be there, wherever you are in the world or wherever you are in Japan. Come to the event. You'll be welcome. I'll have hard copies in English and Japanese. We'll be finishing up the Japanese formatting this week, and we'll send that off to get a sample print. And I'll figure out how to do this because I'll have to pre-order for everybody, and we'll just keep this moving forward. Thanks for listening, for supporting, and for being part of this journey. Next week, we reach 100 episodes of my podcast. But today, we honor 26 years of me in Japan. I love my adopted country. I love what Japan has given me the opportunity to do. I love my family, my wife, my friends, and my community. More than everything, I love the lifetime of capoeira that I've been blessed with. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep your Jenga alive. Lots of love, lots of peace, and lots of capoeira. Mestre Sukuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Mestre Vibes, episode 99.